Hey guys, before we get into this, I just wanted to say I am feeling a little sick, so in this video, I didn't sound my best, but just try and look past that and enjoy the review. Let's get into it.
Always we will fight as one, till the battle's won, with evil on the run. We never come undone, assemble we are strong.
Yo, what's going on everybody? It is Arcanized here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the newly released Creed 2. Now, I saw this film yesterday and was blown away by it. This film is every bit as good as Creed. So let's talk about this. This movie is directed by Steven Caple Jr., replacing Ryan Coogler, and stars Michael B. Jordan, Sylvester Stallone, Tessa Thompson, and Dolph Lundgren returning as Ivan Drago. Now, Dolph Lundgren gives his best performance of his career in this movie. He actually, the dude's never been known for being a phenomenal actor. But, man, he was great in this movie. He actually had to do some real emotional acting, and I loved it. He did a good job. Now, the kid who plays Ivan Drago's son, I'm not even gonna attempt to say his name. He's not an actor. You can tell, he's not really an actor, which is why they, tried to cut down on the acting that he had to do, the actual acting. So, they had to kind of put him to the side when it came to acting, but when he had to portray something to us emotionally, when he had to make us feel for him, he pulled it off. So, he was fine in those scenes when he really had to do something. But also, the guy's a genetic freak. The guy is a genetic freak. Look at him. Oh my gosh. Some of the stuff we saw in some of the training scenes, I thought had to be CGI, but it's not. Kid's a genetic freak. Now, also, Michael B. Jordan gives an incredibly good performance, probably better than his performance in Creed. He is one of the best actors of his generation, and I'm not even kidding. He is one of the best actors of this generation. I love Michael B. Jordan. And Sylvester Stallone comes in with another amazing performance. How is he so good in this role? His most famous role. Not even gonna lie, you put him in other roles, he usually isn't that good. But as Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone is incredible, and I loved him in this movie. Now, you could definitely tell the difference in directing from Creed to this movie, but I loved the look of this movie and what Steven Caple Jr. did with the look. Now, some stuff could have been tightened up just a little bit, to kind of match Creed, but it also gives it its own style. You don't want to completely copy it, and I honestly like that. I also love that this was a 2-fight movie, because, spoiler alert, I'm gonna go into a good chunk of spoilers here. In the first fight, Adonis is without Rocky. Obviously Bianca's there, but they really weren't working as a team as much. And he got his butt kicked. He got rocked. He got bodied by the dude. I'm pretty sure he had broken ribs, a bruised kidney or something. And that really set it up for you. One thing that I liked is for most of this movie, you were uncomfortable. Like, you were uncomfortable. But then it all came together in the end, and you were just like, wow, that was a great movie. And I love that. Because Adonis gets his butt kicked in the first fight, and then he has to find his voice again. Like, he is broken after that fight. But he climbs out of that, and he's like, I'm gonna fight him again. And I loved how when Bianca questioned him, he really was like, boxing is what I love. It's who I am. And if I'm not doing what I love, who am I? Like, I loved that perspective on it. And then he really took it into overdrive. The desert training montage is one of the best in the Rocky franchise. It was so cool. I loved that training montage, and the music towards the end built and built and built up to where it was blaring and he was running, and I was just smiling because it was so well done. And I loved that training montage. I loved when he fell and he got back up, and he really trained for pain. Like, that was kind of what he was training for, and it reminded me a lot of The Dark Knight Rises, when Bruce is training his body and putting himself through so much pain in order to defeat Bane. And he really was going for it, and the music, the soundtrack, the entire soundtrack in this movie was just 10 out of 10. I loved it. So well done. And I love the combination of the Rocky music, the Creed music, the different themes, the rap. It was all so gosh darn good. It was just amazing. And sure, maybe you could say that this movie dragged a tiny bit in the middle. But honestly, we needed that. We needed that to be there, to absolutely love, like, the final battle and what they were building towards. The desert training scene was amazing. And guys, the final battle it is the best final battle in the Rocky franchise. I don't even care. It is the best final battle in the Rocky franchise. What is Rocky? Yes, Rocky. The Rocky franchise. It was so well done, not just physically, but emotionally. Like, I was there. I was in the fight. I felt like I was throwing those punches, like I was dodging. It was so well done, and I was 100% into it. My mind, body, and soul was in that final fight. And it was just incredible. And when Creed won, I had to sit back, I had to take deep breaths. I didn't know what was happening. I was like pumped up on so much adrenaline. I literally had to take some deep breaths after the fight. I was like calming myself down because it was such an epic fight. And in this one, Donnie knew what he was fighting for. He was fighting for Bianca, for his baby, and for himself. Because that was a very important part of this, is you can't do it for anyone else in something like this. You gotta do it for you. And I honestly loved that. Then, at the end, like, I love the end scene. But first, when they blared the Rocky theme in the final battle, the original Rocky theme, I was like, holy crap. Yes. They blared the Rocky theme in the final battle. Like, when Creed got back up and he said, "What's your name?" Creed. And then the Rocky music came on and he kicked Drago's butt. That was so epic. And then Drago got up again and the ba-da-ba, it was still going. And it was just so incredible. The entire final fight was amazing. And then the end scene with him at the cemetery and Rocky going to see his son and his grandson was just such a good way to end it. It was such a good way to end it. I loved the movie. I thought it was spectacular. Sure, it followed the formula, yes, but it's a great formula, and they executed it. So I love this movie, guys, and I thought it was fantastic. Like, oh, the soundtrack, the acting, the fight, it was all so incredible. And I'm gonna be real, I want this to be the final film in the franchise. I think this should be the final film in the franchise because the way they ended it was just perfect. Rocky has had his full storyline. Adonis has had his storyline. And I just think they should end it here, guys. What an incredible movie. I'm going to give Creed 2 a 9.5 out of 10. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.
Family are strong, forever fight as one.